What's up guys, Mike here with King of Avalon follower. I'm going to be doing a video about the most recent KvK. So today's date is July 11th, 2017. So this KvK is from just a couple days ago. I'm going to have to do this video in a few different parts because I have a lot of footage. It's ridiculous. So just to set you guys up, the big players in this KvK are going to be ourselves, Kingdom 75, Kingdom 46, and Kingdom 122. Now, what's not going to be showed, if you can see the little button right there that says My City, is right now I'm defending Kingdom 75. And nobody ported to Kingdom 75. We loaded up all of our towers and all of our bases, million plus troops in each one. Nobody came over there and tried to rob from us, so we didn't have any issues. However, in Kingdom 46, which is the kingdom you see right here, this is where all of the fighting takes place and where the story is going to be told. So stay tuned. We've got a lot to talk about. This is probably going to be 3 separate parts to this, and we're just gonna get right into it. So you can see right here, after we secured our own kingdom, and our kingdom was just about finished being secured, we sent over our big players. Now, most of these guys that came this way are going to be names that you already recognize. You see Conquest right there, Severus, Antoinette, of course, obviously, big Kingdom 75 individuals. Here we are back in my kingdom, Kingdom 75. So we're just going to take a quick look at what the towers got. You saw that one at 878,000. This one right here has 517,000, and this is after we've pulled out a lot of troops to send them over to an invading kingdom. 806,000. What we're essentially doing is just gambling that nobody's going to port in this late. 274,000. Nobody's going to port in this late in stage and try to attack us. You can see we got 7 hours and 25 minutes left. Usually, if people are going to come, they're going to start coming relatively early. So there's, if it needs to happen, we can have somebody port back. Conquest or Antoinette port back, but what we want to do is we want to prevent the attacking or the kingdom we're attacking from solidifying their towers with millions of troops. So we want to get over there relatively early. They haven't come to us using that same strategy, so we're just anticipating that they were thinking about playing defense. Now we end up getting over to this kingdom and we run into, this is Kingdom 46 again, Kingdom 122 is there. So I guess Kingdom 122, for whatever reason, decided they didn't want to try to attack us. They thought Kingdom 46 would be the easier target. I don't know how we came to pick Kingdom 46, but we just decided to go for Kingdom 46. I'm sure it had something to do with the strength of their kingdom as well. So you can see that tower right there we were just looking at was held by a K46 player. What we're going to end up doing is quickly kicking Kingdom 46 out of Avalon, and they're going to pack their bags and go home. They didn't have much fight in them. And then we're going to spend the rest of KvK fighting Kingdom 122. And now Kingdom 122, I'll throw this little tidbit of information out there if you stick it through all the different parts of this videos. We're fighting back and forth with Kingdom 122, and one of our leaders, his name is The Truth, one of our kingdom leaders, messaged their Alliance Kingdom 122 Alliance Kingdom leader and said, hey, look, there's no reason for us to take losses over Kingdom 46, so we'll take it this time, and you guys take it next time, and let's not fight. And that Kingdom 122 leader messaged back saying, no, I dropped $3,000 into this game, upgrading and a whole bunch of other things, so I'm not going to let that go to waste. We're going to make something happen. So we tried to offer a resolution where they could have the kingdom next go around, we'd have it this go around, and avoid massive losses, but unfortunately they didn't take us up on that offer. And you'll see if if that was a good decision or not. So again, I'm just kind of going through the troops that are in our kingdom right now. Again, this is Kingdom 75, so we've got anything between, ideally we try to get T9 and T8 troops into the towers. We don't want T7s if we can avoid it, because at this point they're just paperweights. They just get torn through. Realistically, even T8s aren't even that strong. You have somebody with good stats that's a level 30-31 castle coming at you with T10s with stat boosters that 200% plus to all the stats. I mean, a T8 is worthless. It's just fodder at that point, which you'll see later. I end up just kind of being a meat shield for some of the stronger troops. And note my power, mind you, note my power. It's at 36 million. I think I saw 36,900,000 or something right there. 690,000. Okay, yeah, I am not going to be anywhere near that when we're done with this. So anyways, you can see Conquest right now is king of our Avalon, and I'm taking a look over at their Avalon, and it doesn't appear as if they've ever lost their kingdom. I checked their kingdom, and the WAM and the KOR alliances are the main alliances that exist in Kingdom 46. So it doesn't look like they've ever lost their kingdom. We're going to go ahead and try our hat at it. So you can see right here, they at some point they must have ported in a whole bunch of low-level strongholds back before King of Avalon made some adjustments to the game to prevent people from porting in shielded low-level strongholds. But I guess King of Avalon never went and cleared out all the Black Forests because these folks have multiple low-level strongholds all the way around the bottom side. And you'll see those again later on. So again, these videos are going to be long, and I'm sorry for that, but it's just, I mean, I get so much content. There's so much to talk about. It's difficult to go through everything. Little things that popped up, like for instance, that individual had their gear exposed. Please, if you're trying to fight PvP in your own kingdom or out and about, keep your gear hidden. You don't want that exposed. People will be able to figure out whether or not they should attack you. So again, you can see more of our strong players. There's there's one of the guys from my alliance changed his name for the KvK tuna fish. But who are you looking at right here? Igor Russ. I'm sure everybody remembers that name. We've had it out with the RUS alliances in our kingdom, and pretty much they're now just on board with us. The ones that were a huge pain in the neck are gone, and the ones that are willing to work with us and not endlessly war with each other are left. And so Igor Russ, he's a level 30, and then of course Antoinette, Conquest. If anybody remembers from some of my previous videos, Verking from LOD, he quit the game and gave or sold, I'm not sure which, but somehow another guy in our kingdom who was already really strong got his account and then gave his account away. So some accounts were shuffled around, but Verking's castle and his ridiculous stats, if you remember from some of my other videos, are still alive and well in Kingdom 75, and he gets some ridiculous hits off later on. We'll look at those where he takes his march and wipes out 694,000 troops by himself in one shot. It's just unreal. You can see right here we're being scouted, so obviously we're the invading kingdom, so they can scout us, right? They can attack us from anywhere, but we can't attack them unless they're in the Black Forest. So they're really not risking anything or losing anything by throwing scouts up there. And essentially just trying to harass us. So at this point, I think I'm getting ready to port over. So obviously I do port over and join the attack once our kingdom is secured. I pull my troops back, I port over. We'll go over that when that happens. A few more of us do. You see Warlord right next to me, Archie right next to me. We're all going to end up over there here in a little while. And realistically, there's a whole bunch of different strategies for invading. And I'm going to cover them in long form throughout these 3 videos. But then I'm going to probably make a simplified version where I draw it out on paper because there's just a few different strategies that you really need to go over. You can see right there, 1.2 million troops. A lot of high-level troops in there. Nobody is going to be stupid enough. And I think that's actually my march right there. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of... I've been playing around with this sending mixed marches idea, and it's working really well for me towards upping my overall damage and keeping my higher level troops from getting killed when I get hit. So mixed marches, I went back and built like 1,500 of every single tier that there was. So I recommend playing with mixed marches. Don't just send 100% T8. Send 85% T8 and 15% lower tiers. It's just good to have some of the varying classes. If you've seen the whole my other videos where it talks about what type of troops are effective against each other, it's just good to have a little varying degree of a troop structure. The other thing too that I've been told by people who are actual programmers that are from our kingdom is that there's a diminishing return that you'll hit at some point. Sending 81,000 T8 bowmen is actually less valuable than just sending 80,000 T8 bowmen and 1,000 T7 bowmen. There's some sort of diminishing return factor on the effectiveness of a troop when you get too high or too much of one single troop. So again, I'm just walking you guys through my random thoughts while we take a look at the different buildings in Avalon. So this is our defense strategy. Our defense strategy is never set foot in the Black Forest. You cannot be attacked. while you're outside of the Black Forest. So you can send all your troops into the Black Forest, into Avalon, and into the towers, and your castle cannot be attacked. Now, the towers in Avalon itself can be attacked, but your castle can't be attacked. So you don't have to waste shields. You don't have to worry about getting hit, ported out, and your troops being sucked out with you. Just stay outside of the Black Forest, pick a tower, and load it up. So pretty much our rule is for Avalon itself, we want just T10s and maybe T9s. For the towers surrounding Avalon, we want as many T9s as there are, as many T8s as there are, and then if someone is sending a mixed march with a few lower level troops, that's okay. But ideally, we want the bulk of your march to be T8 or T9, a few mixed troops in there. And then if we're desperate and we just purely do not have enough troops to fill up a tower, yes, we'll open that bracket and say, hey, T7s, please go ahead, fill in with your T7s, infantry first, infantry, cavalry, bowmen, siege last. That's our strategy. And then when someone ports in, ideally a strong player like Conquest can port next to them, hopefully spank them, port them out, and not allow them to rally us. Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to jump to part 2 coming up. Thanks for watching, guys.